What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? The fuck is up, Kyle? I always try to find like new ways to like give y'all a good intro and shit. That's why I always be switching up the beat and shit. Or I'll be like, what the fuck is up, Kyle? Or I'll be like, chill, like, oh, what's good, everybody? Just chill like that. Or I'll be like, oh my gosh, hey. How fucking, girls be liking shit. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the episode. Welcome back to the show. I believe this is episode 35. If I'm not mistaken, 35 like OKC KD. You know what I'm saying? 35 OKC KD went to Brooklyn and whatever, got the HIV, just little bars, little bars and shit, little action, something light. You know what I mean? What was I had like a bar earlier, some shit. I was like, babe camel on me like I got monkeypox or some shit like that. Babe camel on me like I got monkeypox, you know what I mean? Like, babe camel, that shit's all over, like, monkeypox, like, that shit's all over and shit, like, you know what I mean? Stop fucking with me, y'all. I got bars, for real. Just get me in the studio, for real. Speaking of bars, I got, some written down in here, but that's for no motherfucking story, you know what I'm saying? Let me. I love that fucking sound. Straight up. How y'all been, man? We recently got 30 subscribers. 30 subs, we moving up. We moving up. Been doing this shit since what, February? March, April, June, July, August. It took us like 5 months to get a little 30 subs, but that's just straight off the podcast shit. If I was doing like vlogs and shit, if I had my camera and shit and I was doing vlogs, like, I could have been had the 30 subs like within the first month. You know what I mean? But it's all good though. Vlogs coming soon. I know I stay saying that, but trust, big trust. Vlogs coming soon. Vlogs coming soon. What y'all been up to, man? What y'all been up to, y'all? I just been chilling, man. Fucking so coming up this week, right now is the 16th August. Yeah, August 16th. I had planned, to go out to a Dodger game with, a friend and stuff. But, like she ended up, I don't want to go into detail with it, but it's like all like a bunch of, fuck shit or whatever. And then she, couldn't end up going. So I was just like, oh, like, let me see what's up with the boys and shit. So I hit up one of the homies, Jeremy. Shout out to Jeremy and shit. Day one. Straight up. I call this fool. I'm just thinking of the fucking FaceTime call that we had too. That shit's hilarious. I told this fool, I was like, yo. It's like, yo, what's good? I was like, what you doing? I asked him, I was like, what you doing Friday? He was like, oh, whatever, family and all this shit. And, just gonna hang out with my dad and stuff. I was like, all right, bet. He's like, oh, why? What's up? And I was like, oh, shit. I was finna ask if you wanted to go to a Dodger game with me this Friday. Cause, the friend I had planned it with, lagged or whatever. She said she could go, but it's like a whole bunch of like dumb stuff. Like, I don't want to say it, but I have to. Like, pretty much they like her fam talking about, oh, like, you got to take the kids with you, and it's just like, bruh, it just killed the whole, like, little vibe shit we had going on and shit. So yeah, that shit just killed the vibe. And I told the homie, I was like, yo, like, you trying to go, whatever? And then he's like, oh shit, no, I can't. And I was like, shit. And I told him the whole backstory and shit. And then at the end, he just told me, he was like, oh, well, find another bitch. He was like, oh shit. Like, but guys, like, that's just the way guys talk. Like, that's just us. That's, like, guy code and shit. Like, oh, like, you still talking to that one bitch? Nah, man, I left that bitch, man. Like, nah, I ain't talking to that bitch no more, man. Like, like, we be talking like that and shit, like, especially when it's just the boys and shit. Like, we just like, nah, you still with that bitch? Nah, fuck that bitch, man. Like, But yeah, I told him about that shit, and he told me, he's like, oh well, find another bitch, and and I just started cracking the fuck up, and I was just like, shit, dude. I told him, I was like, oh, I had to hit the girl with the Kevin Samuels, had to hit the girl with the Kevin Samuels. I was like, yo, if your family is like running your life like this, like just imagine when you get a man's, like, and you know, how is that gonna turn out? And then she was like, oh yeah, you're right. And she's, you know, sending like sad emojis and shit. And then bro started cracking up. I was just like, bro, like, I had a Kevin Samuels her real quick. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, man, for real. R.I.P. R.I.P. Vince Scully too. I forgot to mention that in my last episode. I know it's been like a whole week since his passing, but R.I.P. Vince Scully. That Dodger game reminded me of him real quick, you know. Yeah, pretty much. I found someone to take and shit, but like me, I was, you know, going through my Instagram, seeing, you know, seeing which, you know, which little baddie I could say, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. That's tough. Hit my soul Illuminati and shit, you know. But bro, I was just going through my shit, seeing, you know, who I could take and all this shit, and then I seen, you know, a old friend, and I was just like, let me shoot the shot. Let me shoot the shot real quick. Oh my gosh, I DM, like, I don't want to go into too much detail of like the type of like people I DM and shit, or like the girls and shit, but yeah, we just gonna keep it moving and shit. So I text the old friend, and then she was like, oh, like, what's up? And I was like, yo, like, not even gonna waste your time, like, what you doing this Friday night? And she's all like, oh, I'm off this Friday night, and like, I don't have anything planned. And I was like, oh shit, well, you trying to go to the game and shit? And then and she was just like, oh yeah, like, oh, what the hell, like, you know, all surprised and shit. So, you know, it's a wrap. I gotta get me a fucking jersey. I gotta get me a Dodger jersey. I'm not even gonna hold you. I got a fucking, well, it was a gift from, you know, another friend I went to the Dodger game with. She got me a what is it? Fucking Morgan Freddie Freeman shirt jersey. You know, the jerseys, t-shirt jerseys and shit, but you know, now that I'm actually like, you know, like going to him and shit, going to the games, I gotta look official. I gotta look professional and shit. I gotta cop me a jersey. So that's what I'm finna do. That's what I'm finna do tomorrow. I gotta get me a jersey tomorrow. Finna hit up the mills. Might fuck around vlog maybe on the phone or some shit. Like, cause the phone is like, I don't feel like it's like, well, it's good quality, but like, you know, say if I wanted to like go approach someone and ask them a question and shit, you know, do like one of those little public like interviews and shit, little social experiment, what they call it and shit, and just fucking just ask people random questions. I got like a list. Like, I got a list of questions in this bitch right here. Little podcast questions, you know? Little podcast questions and shit. Like this. What is one thing you have to do every single day without it being like, oh, I have to brush my teeth, or I have to do this. I have to, you know, just the common sense shit. You know what I mean? Just the everyday, something different from the everyday life shit, you know, that you have to do every single day. Me, it's just, you know, talk basketball. Like, honestly, I can't go a day without talking basketball. Whether it be to myself, like in the car or some shit. Like, because, you know, on my lunch break and shit, I just chill in the car, just go through my phone, whatever, eat. Or just watch fucking like Troy Dan videos and shit. Like, just gameplay videos in general. Or like little like conspiracy shits on YouTube and shit. But yeah, that's one that I have to, you know, do every single day. Just, you know, talk basketball and shit. Cause, you know, Kevin Durant's situation lately, that shit's getting sticky. That shit's getting crazy as fuck, motherfucker. Yeah, and this other one, cause you know how like when they do these public interviews and shit, motherfuckers like wait outside the club and they get all the drunk people and shit. So obviously they ask like the most outlandish questions, and they get the most like fucking like drunk people answers and shit. So you never know what the fuck the answer is gonna be. But what if, someone switched it up and asked like people while they're sober and shit, like, just like chilling and shit. And then like my other question right here is like, fucking, what is one thing you want to change in the world? What's one thing you want to change in the world? Like, whether it be like, pollution, all the fucking like trash in the ocean and shit, just like, little Jaden Smith shit like that. You know what I mean? Little Jaden Smith shit like that, Can we talk about the political economical crisis of the world right now? Like this other one. What is one historic event you wish to witness? One historical event you wish to witness. Now that one I could go on for days. I could go on for days with that one, for real. Yeah, that one I could go on for days. Like, one of them's gotta be like when Will was fucking playing. I just want to see how fucking like dominant he was, because obviously we seen the pictures, we seen all the video. Well, fucking like what, the dozens of videos. Like, there's not even that much videos they have of him, which is crazy, because if he's that much of a big player back then, you would want like to capture that shit. You would want to get that shit on film, especially if he's a rare fucking, how do you say, demigod and all this shit. Especially if he's a rare fucking athlete, because wasn't he like in long jumping or some shit, or what's that fucking, they have that bar, it's like a fucking, you know what I mean, it's the bar, and then they have to jump over it. What is that fucking, I know that's not long jump. Long jump is just straight jumping long distance. I don't know what the fuck, but they jump and then they, like fucking, I don't know what the fuck. It's weird as fuck. I'm gonna have to look that shit up later. But y'all know what I mean. Supposedly he jumped like what, like fucking 40 inches or some shit like that, which is fucking crazy as fuck. Motherfucker with a 40-inch vert, 7 foot, 40-inch vert. Wow. I seen a picture. This motherfucker touched the top of the backboard. Wow. Fucking Will. He's the historic event that I wish I would have witnessed. Along with like, as time goes on, like when Jordan got in the league, I want to see how dominant Michael Jordan was. Cause me, obviously, you see the background, you see what I'm rocking, you see all this shit. I'm a straight Laker Kobe fan. Straight Kobe Laker fan, Laker Kobe fan, however you want to call it. Cause I was born during the Kobe era. So Kobe got drafted in 96. I was born in 97. And that was pretty much the end of Jordan's run. 98 was his last title. So as I grew up, obviously I seen Kobe and all this shit. And I need to stop saying that. I need to stop cussing. I need to saying all this shit. Yeah, this shit. Yeah, talking about that shit. I need to stop saying, shit after everything. But it's a habit. It's a disgusting habit. For real. But like I was saying, I grew up a Kobe fan. So every time motherfuckers talking about, LeBron and Jordan and all this shit, I'm like, yo, what about Kobe? Y'all just gonna skip him like that? Kobe's pretty much the Western Conference Michael Jordan, if you think of it. He's pretty much the Western Conference Michael Jordan. And especially going up against like San Antonio, Portland, the Kings when they were fucking solid as fuck. Who else? Fucking Denver. All these fucking teams. All these fucking stacked teams. I believe I've seen one thing. It was like Kobe has beaten more 60 plus win teams than, like LeBron and Jordan or some shit like that. That's what I'm saying. And it always comes back to Kobe's interviews that, they always, quote or show clips of it every now and then. He's saying, don't look at what I did. Don't look at his accomplishments and all this shit. But he says, don't look at what I did. Look at how I did it. You know what I mean? And that's some real shit. Look at how he did it. Look at the 81 point game. Look at how he did it. He was just, he was just manipulating the defense. Even that same coach, lost for his name right now. I'm not sure what the coach's name was on the Raptors and shit at the time, but I know he's on NBA TV right now. Because he's always, he always, talking basketball on that, on the little show and stuff like that. He said that they threw they threw every defense at him. Like, what is it like? I don't know the defense names, but he was like, oh, like box one or some shit like that. And I was just like, box one, like, but pretty much they were like trying to like trap him the whole time. There was one shot where literally three dudes were fucking chasing him, and he still got the shot off and made it. And that was like a mid range. I think he was like going baseline or some shit. He shot the mid range, and it was like three dudes guarding him, and he still hit that shot. That shit's fucking crazy. Especially like all this shit coming out like, oh, Kobe is the only NBA top 75 player or only player in NBA history to it was like, oh, to have, a certain achievement with no top 75 teammate. And I was just like, damn, like, just think of all the fucking, like, think of Jordan, think of fucking LeBron, all these fucking guys that, had all this help. Kobe rarely had help. You see during the struggling years, you see during 2005, 2006, 2007, those years, but like we was making the playoffs, I believe, 2006, but we was making the playoffs. I believe it was the 2004 to 5 season when we had like 20 to 30 wins. And like he didn't duck from that. He didn't duck from that. He didn't, try to push the team away. He didn't try to push himself away from the team. He fucking toughed it out and rode through all that shit. That's why I was thinking of the other day. I was just like, damn, like, I was like, why did LeBron leave? And then I was thinking, I was like, damn, they had like shitty players and shit. But I feel like he just didn't wait. He wasn't patient, enough to wait for his time to come. Because obviously all this talk in LeBron's ear, like, oh, if you don't win a championship, you considered a bust, right? Shit like that. And all that shit just like, I guess it stuck with him, fucking stuck in his head. And I'm not saying like, oh, it discouraged him or anything, but, it played a part with him, leaving and shit. Because especially if you look at his last game when he took off that jersey and then he just gave up on the team. Like, if you take off your jersey before you get to the locker room, you just straight gave up on the team, bro. Like, that's like, it's just common sense. Like, that's pretty much what it looks like. If anyone, is a first time watching the NBA and they see like, oh, this guy, just lost whatever his legacy on the line, and he's taking off his jersey before he even gets to the locker room, that's when he gave up on the team, because he's like, man, I don't even like this shit off me. I don't want to wear this shit. This shit off me. You know what I mean? Like, I understand he was pissed in the moment. Like, just think of it, y'all. Like, who would want to get swept by San Antonio like the first time in the finals, and especially going back, to the playoffs. And I believe Braun carried that team to like 50 to 60 wins. Because I seen it on my shit the other day, and I was like, man, like, all right. I just left it like that. I was like, oh, all right. I see you, boy. I see you, what? But next topic, man. Next topic. That was just a bunch of, whole rambling and shit. So pretty much this whole KD situation is getting real out of hand, getting real ugly and shit. It's getting real ugly. But pretty much, like, He fucked up. He fucked up last season in the off season to be like to begin with, because he signed that, what was it? That extension. It was 4 years, 198 million. 198. That's damn near 50 million each season. Almost, pretty much. You know. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. Goddamn burping over here and shit. That's when you know I'm hungry. That's when you know I'm hungry. When I start burping and shit, haven't eaten in a long ass time. Goddamn. Oh man, goddamn. Yo, famous Dex? This is where I start detouring. I'm not even gonna get into famous Dex right now, yo. I'm not even gonna say it. Let me get back to this KD shit right here. So they were talking on, what was it, NBA Today. I believe it was NBA Today. Because I know it wasn't First Take. It wasn't no Stephen A. Smith, no anybody like that. It was pretty much saying like, what does KD do in order to gain leverage, in order to, you know, get shit going his way and shit. Jalen Rose went on to say not only him, KD, but Kyrie also needs to ball out. They need to ball out straight up. They need to ball out. They need to say oh, okay, like, you know, you're not gonna listen to me. Oh, okay, well, shit, this is what I could do. Ooh, balling up and shit. You know what I mean? Like fucking, just be hooping and shit. Like pretty much like, he's pretty much saying like, oh, like you just got to do your job. Like pretty much when you think of it, if he's saying like, oh, they got to ball out, like, oh, they got to do their job. But honestly, I feel like they're gonna get rid of Kyrie before they get rid of KD, cause motherfuckers talking about this motherfucker Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes, come on the show. This motherfucker said KD would have. He pretty much said KD would have got traded sooner if Gobert didn't trade didn't happen. And he said that because look at what they got for Gobert. Look at what Minnesota gave up, or what Utah got back for Gobert. They got 4 first-round picks. Yo, Gobert is nowhere fucking near 4 first-round picks. Nowhere fucking near 4 first-round picks at all. Bro has no offense. Bro's pretty much averaging what, a little more than 10 points a game and shit. This fool literally has no bag. You give him the ball in the post, he's most likely gonna get fouled to go to the free throw line. What, partially make 1 of 2, maybe 2 of 2. Like this motherfucker literally has no bag, yo. And this shit just pisses me off because this was I would say a phony ass defensive player of the year, because every time the playoffs come around, he shits the bed. He shits the bed. All these fucking defensive player of the year trophies, they fucking crumble in the playoffs. They fucking collapse. They shatter. What the fuck is going on? Like, you literally averaging a little more than 10 points, like, what, in your career in the NBA or just in the season and shit? Blows my fucking mind. Nowhere near 4 first-round picks. Utah, you guys got fucking scammed. Wait. Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all got fucking scammed. Y'all got scammed. Because you already know Cat, Gobert, egos. They're not gonna. You really think Cat is gonna fucking be, you know, cool with Gobert? Think of it. A kid from New Jersey. He's from New Jersey, right? Cat? Because him and Shaq always go back and forth, you know, talking about Jersey and shit, you know, New Jersey, all this. So just imagine a kid from New Jersey and a kid from France. And then, you know, fucking, you know, had their, you know, their, what is it? Their paths in the NBA, you know, one, you know, loses more than the other or whatever. And then you pair them up like this. It's not going to work. It's not going to fucking work. Maybe if you know, they get together and be like, hey, like, boom, Gobert, you straight defense. When it's offense, boom, pass me the ball. Pass, you know, that's Cat right there. You know, defense, that's all you. I'll let you handle that. I'll be the help defender. You know, Cat, the help defender. But at the same time, when it's offense, who are you gonna pass the ball into the post first? Gobert or Cat? I mean, you could pass it in a Cat. He'll probably every time I think of Cat in the post, I always think of that picture with him and DeMarcus Cousins and shit. When DeMarcus Cousins is just there, like, he's just looking at him like that, and then Cat's like fucking trying to like push his way in and shit, and then like Cousins is not moving. He's just like, he's just there, bro. Like, so that's what I think every time I think of Cat in the post and shit, which is crazy. And then you also got Joe Harris out of all players, Joe Harris. Yo, this motherfucker ain't played since what? I swear, this motherfucker ain't played since like the COVID year and shit. This is like the pandemic season or some shit. When there was no fans in the arena and shit. This fool literally missed like a whole 2 seasons. And nobody even talked about it. Either that or I just don't pay attention to Nets basketball like that. But from my perspective, every time the Lakers go up against the Nets, Joe Harris is nowhere to be found. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. You know what I mean? And Ben Simmons, fucking Ben Simmons, man. You got to be fucking with me. Oh, let me finish. Before I get into Ben Simmons, let me finish what I was saying about the whole 4 first-round picks and Gobert. Bro said if Gobert is worth 4 first-round picks, then KD's worth 8 to 10. 8 to 10 first-round picks for aging post Achilles injury KD. Would you risk first 10 round picks? Would you risk 10 first round picks for that? I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't. I'll give like fucking the same amount, honestly. I'll give the same amount. Cuz you got to I'm not going to try and compare, the Gobert trade situation to the KD trade situation. I'm going to just say that KD is worth like, some young talent like they have in Toronto. Maybe Boston if they pull the trigger, Jaylen Brown and Tatum. He's worth those two. He's worth those two. I'm not even going to lie. But do you really think that it's going to work out just KD and Marcus Smart? Because didn't KD come out to say, or there was like a rumor or sources said that KD is interested in playing with Marcus Smart? Like, you really think he's interested in playing with Marcus Smart? I don't think so. I feel like they're going to have a whole Draymond KD moment like they had in Golden State and shit. But just with Marcus Smart and KD and shit, Because fucking Marcus Smart was locking motherfuckers up. He was locking the whole fucking Nets organization up in the playoffs. And Tatum, too. Motherfuckers was locking down the Nets for real. All right, but back to this Ben Simmons shit. Ben Simmons... I seen some report. I don't know if it's a rumor or whatever, but supposedly he left the Brooklyn Nets team group chat, when they asked him to come back for Game 4 when they was down 3-0 in Boston or in Brooklyn and shit or whatever. That he left the group chat when they asked him to come back. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it's true, I'm gonna say my piece right now. Yo, how the fuck you in the NBA ducking basketball? How the fuck you in the NBA ducking playoff basketball play? That shit don't make no fucking sense, yo. Like, that's why you grinded so much your whole life, your early, kid years and stuff, your high school years, your teenage years, all these college years and shit. You grinded all this way to get to the NBA to what? To sit out? To sit out not only a whole season, but the whole playoff, the whole postseason? Yo, and then this motherfucker is in the gym, like posting shit like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready. Where the fuck was this? Where the fuck was this when your teammates needed you, when the team needed you? Especially since they traded a whole MVP for you in James Harden. They traded away James Harden to get back a fucking bitch ass Ben Simmons. Forgive me. I'm about to go off right now for real. They traded away a whole MVP for fucking Ben Simmons just to sit on the bench, just to be ducking playoff play? I'm off this shit, yo. I'm off this fucking Ben Simmons shit. And plus, earlier this week, this motherfucker got up to $20 million in grievance from the whole like salary, you know, when they withheld his salary from him, when they was holding his shit from him. He only got 20 million out of it. You shouldn't get any. You not playing. You shouldn't get shit if you're not fucking playing. What the fuck is what? Why do you already got so much money from that extension? Didn't he sign an extension with? I'm gonna have to look this up. Didn't he sign an extension with the fucking Sixers and shit? I gotta check this out. Excuse me for, you know. Yeah, in 2019, it says right here, signed a 5-year. How the fuck you gonna sign a 5-year, 170 extension with Philadelphia in 2019 and want out in 2021? You didn't even last 2 years. You didn't even last 2 years under contract. And that was that 2019. That literally was the same season. Was it? Wait, was it that same season? No, it was after that. It was the 2021. It was the 2020-21 season. Yeah. Not the bubble, but it was a 2020-21 season when fucking fans were allowed back in and when they got, you know, fucking shown out game 7 against Atlanta and shit. You didn't even last fucking 2 years. You didn't even last a little more than 2 years. 2 years exactly to the max. You should, Ben Simmons, you shouldn't even deserve shit. You already get enough money as an NBA player. You shouldn't even deserve any shit. Like, especially if you're going to be ducking playoff basketball when the time comes and shit. And then here you go in the offseason posting that you over here in the gym working out and shit. When you could have done that shit with your team in the fucking playoffs when they called your ass. I'm off this shit, yo. I'm off this shit. Moving on for real. Yo, we got these fucking this video of Draymond Green's wedding. A video of Draymond Green's wedding. This should look like Snoop Dogg wedding, son. This should look like fucking Snoop Dogg wedding. Yo, fucking, it's like pre-rolled fucking like backwoods and shit. They look like fucking cigars, but they like fat ass fucking logs and shit, yo. They fingers and shit. They literally smoking fingers and shit. Yo, Draymond, you should have invited me to that wedding. If you got leftover shit from that day, send them my way. I know I'm trying to, you know, stay off the weed. Word to fucking Stephen A. Smith. I'm trying to stay off the weed. I'm trying to, you know, kick back, you know, not be smoking too much, you know, just a little here and there and shit. But hey, you got all that shit. You just slide it over. Just slide it over. I'm over here. I'm over here in Cali. I'm over here in Cali too. Come to the IE, Inland Empire. Straight up. Deliver a whole care package of those fucking little pre-rolled fucking backwoods cigars that you had or whatever in the fucking, you know, motherfuckers was smoking that shit. If not, why would they have it? You know, motherfuckers like Braun. You see the pictures, Braun's already fucking like over there fucking, you know, trying to like doing his pose and shit, fucking little eyes low, little faded action and shit. You already know. Yo, I just can't even imagine like all the fucking smoke that was being blowed over there. That was being, you know, big gas, nigga. You smoking on a big gas, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Smoking on big gas. Yo, shout outs to the homie, fucking shout outs to the homie Marv again. I showed him last week when we was at the park, you know, hooping and shit. You know, got a couple games. Someone tried to hit me with some fuck shit. Someone try to hit me, and this is the main reason why I don't go out in public and play with fucking strangers, play at no parks and shit. Cause motherfuckers always be on some bullshit. Yo, how the fuck you gonna go up for a layup? Yo, just envision this shit right now. How the fuck you gonna go up for a layup, the ball go over the rim, don't touch no part of the rim or the backboard, go over the rim, and then you catch it again? That's the travel, right? That's the travel, right? Motherfuckers want to say, in the NBA 3 years ago, it's not counted as a travel. Yeah, you can look it up on the book. 3 years ago, it's not a travel. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with that shit. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, ever since 3 years ago, yeah, it's not a illegal. It's a basketball play. You can make a basketball play like that. Yo, if that was legal, you would have seen motherfuckers doing street ball moves, fucking throwing it over the defender, catching it on the other side, and they wouldn't call travel. But it's a double dribble, right? It's a double dribble if you go up and then fucking come down with two and then start dribbling again, right? Yo, I'm done with motherfuckers playing at the I'm done playing at the park with these stupid motherfuckers, man. For real, cause motherfuckers be getting me tight. Motherfuckers be getting me tight. Fuck that shit, man. And then you got a dyke over here telling me, oh, nope, it ain't no travel. It ain't no travel. A whole fucking dyke. Talking about, oh, man, it ain't no travel. It ain't no travel. Like, do you watch the NBA? Do you see motherfuckers doing plays like this? And then, obviously they're going to be like, I seen, they're going to try and cover their shit. Oh, I seen this player do it. Oh, I seen this player do it. Shut the fuck up with that shit. Fucking hate that shit. Always trying to fucking... Every time in a pickup game, always trying to fucking like change the rules and shit. Like, what? This shit gets me so fucking pissed off, yo. This shit gets me so fucking tight. Especially that day, I wasn't having it. Especially after that play. Once they did that shit, after that play, I was like, yo, I'm not even gonna play defense anymore. I literally waited till they scored all their fucking points to finish the game. I was like this, with my hands on my side like this, always like rest my hands right here on my shirt and shit, whatever shirt I'm wearing. I'm always like, just like chilling like this, just walking down. Fucking teammate on my team is like, oh, like step up, like, oh, fucking like contest a shot and shit. I was just saying, I'm not even gonna fucking try with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers over here switching up the rules and shit. There's no fucking way you're gonna go up for a layup. That shit doesn't even hit rim nor backboard. Fucking pothead over here thinking about backwoods and shit. Nor backboard, catching it on the other side, and then continue to dribble. That's not traveling or a double dribble. You saying that's not a travel or a double dribble? That's fucking crazy to me. You smoking fat dicks with that shit. You smoking fat dicks thinking that ain't no travel. That's a fucking fat ass travel, son. And then you gonna make yourself even look more stupid talking about, oh, ever since 3 years ago, it's not a travel ever since 3 years ago. The NBA, yeah, you could check the NBA guidelines and blah blah. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm not even gonna fucking talk to you, fucking talking all fast and shit. Oh yeah, cause 3 years ago it wasn't like this. Yeah, and then they switched it up 3 years ago. Bro, you fucking the way. Oh my gosh, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Word to Magic Johnson, son. I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here. For real, son. Fuck that shit. Motherfuckers be getting me tied. This is the main reason why your boy don't fucking play with strangers at the park and shit. Sure, yeah, I'll go to a park, play with strangers if, motherfuckers invite me. But at the same time, I'm not gonna go on like fucking not by myself, but I'm saying like, I'm not gonna force myself to go play with strangers. Maybe not. They might be on some fuck shit. Fucking slap the fuck out of me. Oh, I didn't even foul you. Yo, I heard that shit from a mile away. You fouled the fuck out of me, bro. I ain't gonna do it. But like I said, y'all, I feel like we could end this episode here. Covered, a good amount of good amount of basketball talk, you know, talk about, me a little bit, Fucking what was I finna say? Yo, I hate seeing in the street homeless people with dogs. I hate seeing that shit so much. Cause the first thing that pops up in my head is like, yo, you could barely take care of yourself. Like, what makes you think you could take care of the dog too? And especially seeing the dog is just like with like fucking tongue out, like fucking, gassed out. This motherfucker's gassed out. He's thirsty and shit. That shit just makes me feel like that shit just makes me feel some type of way, and I'm like, yo, fucking give this dog to someone else right now before I'm not even gonna fucking say anything anymore before I fucking say some controversial before I say something like, I don't know. Knowing me, I'm like a fucking like dickhead sometimes, so I might just say some dickhead shit right now. Fuck it, man. This is episode 35. Yo, how ironic. We talking about KD on episode 35. Is this episode 35? Let me fucking... For all I know, this is episode 34, and I'm just like lying to you guys. Nah, it's 35. It's episode 35, so I got it right. How ironic. We talking about KD. We talking about KD on fucking episode 35 and shit. 35 when he wore with Golden State and OKC and shit. Yo, OKC KD is better than Golden State Warriors KD, and you can't even say shit about it. Don't even fucking at me. Don't even fucking come at me in the comments. Don't even look at yourself in the mirror, because you're going to be dead wrong. OKC KD better than Golden State KD. And that's a wrap. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it for your boy, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? No Signal Podcast, episode 35 with your boy Mando, man, son. And that's it. It's a wrap, son. One love. Peace.